Remember this guy? If you don't, where have you been? This is Stampy Longnose. You know, the guy that made everyone's childhoods? Back in 2013, which was 10 years ago, I feel old, he made his own Skyblock challenge. So I thought it would be fun to try Stampy's Sky Island challenge in 2023. So I got to work. The first task was to craft 5 torches. I was in the sky, so I couldn't just go and mine some coal. I was going to need to use some charcoal. To make charcoal, I needed a furnace, which meant cobblestone, so I made a cobblestone generator, and then achieved my first piece of cobblestone! Once I'd crafted my furnace, I smelted some charcoal, and boom! Torches! That's the first challenge completed! Challenge 2 was to build a house with a door and windows. Sounds easy, right? Not when you're in the sky. I collected some materials and started building. I went for a small, simple house made of oak wood and cobblestone, because that's all I had to build out of. I got my stuff set up inside, made some windows, placed my windows on the floor, which is exactly where they're meant to go, and then it was time for the roof, which, for some reason, I struggled with. A lot. Yeah. So it was back to punching wood, and just to make me feel worse, it started raining. But I finally finished my house, and then I could move on to challenge 3. Reach the limit of the world. I gathered a whole lot of blocks, enough to get me all the way up to the top of the world, or so I thought. I began my descent, an epic journey skywards, on my way to complete my quest. Up and up I went, my blocks slowly ticking down, but still I was sure I would make it. Until I ran out of blocks. This is also when I realised I had no easy way to get back down. So I slowly broke my way all the way back down to the island. But that's when I realised I had bigger problems. The island was on fire! And so was the wooden pole that I was standing on. It was slowly burning away under my feet. So I tried to extinguish the fire below me, but it just wasn't working. I had no choice but to make this very cool action movie jump over certain death and save the island from below. Then I made a very necessary safety precaution. After rebuilding the island, I gathered more blocks this time and built up towards the sky limit. And finally, I reached it! That really shouldn't have been so hard. Challenge 4 was to sleep at night, and this is the challenge that took me the longest out of all the challenges in this video. I needed to build a mob spawner and gather 12 pieces of string to make wool for a bed. But apparently I'm trash at making mob spawners. My first attempt was a platform to spawn mobs at night, so I waited all night for something to spawn. And nothing did. While I waited for the next night, I decided to upgrade my cobblestone generator so I didn't have lava near my trees anymore. Yay, it works! I mined some diamonds, and then I realised I could just build a roof over the mob spawner, and it would work in the day too, obviously. And finally, some mobs spawned! And then all immediately died. But I did kill my first spider, and it didn't drop anything. I unalived some children, and then this happened. Alright, back to killing spiders. And this guy finally gave me my first piece of string! Yeah! Then I died. And destroyed things. And died again. So I decided it was probably time to put a front on the mob spawner. I also made a nice place to stand while I whacked googlies in the kneecaps. It wasn't very effective against spiders though. But speaking of spiders, I killed some! And some more! And some more. And some more. I kept killing spiders. And then a witch killed me. and laughed at me. Then I killed more spiders. I told you this challenge took me ages. Until eventually I had enough string to make 3 wool and a bed. I watched the sunset and went to sleep, marking the end of Challenge 4. Challenge 5 was to detonate a block of TNT. This will be fun. I already had everything I needed to make TNT from killing some of the creepers that didn't blow up in the previous challenge. I made a bridge away from my island, and 3, 2, 1, boom! For Challenge 6, I had to eat a cooked fish, so I gathered some more string and went fishing in my infinite water source. I caught a fish pretty quickly, cooked it, and ate it. Challenge 7 was to kill an animal. First, I spent way too long trying to fishing rod a cow and make it fall to its death. Yeah, that didn't work. Then I realised I could just make a bow and arrow. But when I went to gather some arrows, the mob spawner had somehow blown up and left me to deal with a very angry skeleton. I battled my way in, gathering a few rogue arrows along the way, and tried to not blow up the mob spawner any more than it already was. And for some reason there were already loads and loads of arrows sitting in there. It was very helpful. I then shot a sheep on my first try and went to sleep before the next day. The next very dangerous challenge: recover a gas tier. This meant entering probably the most dangerous place in Minecraft, the Nether, so I had to prepare. I went fishing for food, caught a useless clownfish, and then made my diamond pickaxe and mined the obsidian I needed for the Nether portal. I went fishing again, then decided to give the clownfish I caught earlier a name. I would like to introduce you all to Simon the Clownfish. After I built the portal, I had to light it, and somehow I forgot I had 1 piece of gravel in the chest for flint and steel, so I did it the awkward way, with lava. This took forever, but eventually it did light. And now I just had to do the hard part and actually recover a gas tier. Now, I would usually cut out this loading screen here, but I wanted to show you this full clip. I spawned into my weird flat nether and was immediately ambushed by 3 ghasts, and as I started to shoot my bow, another spawned in. I was dodging fireballs like my life depended on it, because it did. I got set on fire and thought this was the end for me, but a hastily eaten fish saved my life, and I was able to turn around and shoot another arrow at a ghast, which killed it. I ran over, hoping with all my might for there to be a gas tier on the floor, and there was! Then I just bolted back to the portal and hoped it wouldn't get blown up by a ghast. A fireball nearly hit me while I teleported, but I had done it! I was only in the nether for 36 seconds. That was meant to be hard. Now it was time for challenge 9. Play a music disc. This challenge was quite frustrating because getting Minecraft mobs to do what you want is never easy. I placed a boat and released a creeper from the mob spawner and carefully lured it into the boat. Now for some reason I decided to test how close I could get to the creeper without it blowing up. Bad idea. So I got myself a new creeper and set a boat trap for the skeleton too. Then I had to run away so I didn't get shot off the edge. Run away! After a few shots at me, the skeleton got trapped in the boat, but it started to burn because I forgot to build a roof over the boat, so I had to run all the way back over the thin bridge to save the skeleton's life. It didn't return the favour. But I did manage to get it to shoot the creeper, and I could collect my music disc. I went home, crafted the jukebox, placed it down, and I had music. And of course I had to have a little dance to celebrate the end of Challenge 9. So finally, I reached Challenge 10, the final challenge. Get to the floor. I grabbed a bucket of water, placed it down on the side of the island, and jumped in. Then I got bored of slowly floating down, so I jumped into the other falling water. And that's it! I completed the challenge! This slime wasn't as happy to see me on the ground. But that was it! I had completed all 10 challenges that Stampy had set. I had officially completed Stampy's Sky Island Challenge. I had so much fun doing this, and I recommend it to anyone who is looking for a fun afternoon playing Minecraft, or a bit of nostalgia for old school Minecraft YouTube Let's Plays. I will leave a link in the description to Stampy's original video for this challenge, but for now, all I have left to say is thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!